Hello, welcome to Two Exiles, One Portal. I am Mr. Coffee, joined by Casper,
Hey,
who
hey,
is a little low today, but it's all
hey.
right. It's all right.
I'm gonna try. I'm trying.
We'll make it happen. But today we've got an episode about some teaser stuff and some interview stuff. So just a little bit of info, a little bit of info. PoE 1 and 2. Just some snippets that they've been dropping us lately.
Well, first of all, welcome the fuck back. We have
Welcome
not
back.
we have not made an episode in the last couple of weeks, and I feel like we owe our dedicated followers a reason.
So my reason is just Tekken.
Ironically, I have similar reasons. We've just been playing shit
Yeah,
like
there's been a lot of games, a lot of good.
Nightingale. You've been going hard on Nightingale.
I did go pretty hard. I stopped. Like I just hard stopped. Like once we got to a certain point, and then Alex started showing that he was getting a little frustrated with some of the crafting things, and I was just like, yeah, dude, I'm done. Like,
Ironically, because that's
uh,
why he would like herald the game. Like the game was like, oh my god, the crafting's so awesome and it's so
yeah,
good.
and then he started doing the giga crafting thing where he started putting like
He burnt
oodles of
out. He
types.
burnt
Yeah, he
out.
did. He burnt out. And with him not playing, I don't want to play the game. Like to be honest, I don't know his sister like that, and I don't even think she plays right now. So
She's a casual gamer at best. Like
so
at best. So it's not no, it's not something
and
that
I
is compatible.
and you don't really like it from what I
I
seen.
don't. I don't.
Anti Brit.
No. I can get over the whole Brit Britain theme. I can get over that. But I think something about the play style, art style, just it
Just
doesn't
something about it.
yeah, it doesn't click with me. I played worse survival games. I've played okay survival games. I played a lot of survival games. This one just doesn't really. And I've even played goofy ones. I mean, I've played goofy ass ones, and I've had more fun than I've had with that one. Just doesn't feel nice for me. I don't. I just. It's like meh. I'm in it, and I'm just like whatever.
I feel partially bad because to me, I feel like he Alex keeps trying to find like a survival game I like, and it'll never happen. Like this was a survival game, just like every other survival game I've played.
Yeah,
Uh,
they're a theme. It's like ARPGs. They have a theme. Like
yeah, and it's not my thing. I really don't enjoy it. I don't want.
to
There's already enough grind in the world
yeah, yeah.
for me to sit there and then fake mine some shit to build some fake shit to build some more fake shit. It just doesn't hit me like that.
Yeah.
Like no hate on you if you're a
I'm
survival
not.
game player. Like
I'm not. I mean, you're attacking me personally. That's how I started gaming. Like my hardcore gaming came from my love of
but
survival games.
what age were you when you started doing that?
Right after the whole MMO, the frenzy.
Right. So my whole point being is like you were young. You had time to burn, energy to fucking spill, less shit to do. Like for me, survival games are the one thing I kind of look at and like again, if that's the way cuz the way Alex kind of like pushed it to me was he's just like, "Oh yeah, it's just a way to turn off your brain and play." S- eh, I have other games that I could do that with and still get a better sense of accomplishment to me.
That's that's
Path of like
that's full of shit. I
to turn
mean,
your brain off and play kind of thing or
there's aspects of every game where you can turn off your brain and just go.
yeah.
Right? This every game has that aspect of it. Survival games, you're constantly calculating like what do I need to do next? What kind of other material? How much materials do I need? It's this constant need of like I need more shit.
And then you have your worry about your hunger meter and
Yeah,
then your sleep meter and then it's just like fuck dude
it's a
like
lot of micromanaging. Yeah,
It is. It's too much micromanaging for me. I like that's why I like PoE. I make a build and there's micromanaging in making the build. But once the build is done, I kind of feel like, all right, I can turn off my brain for the next fucking like 7 or 8 play sessions, just gather up currency because the build functions well enough right now. I don't have to think about it anymore. I could just map.
Right. No,
Like
you
once
got a
you're
point.
but like and then even with like a Last Epoch, I because
Oh
you
no, like
decided
I purposely did we make an episode? We didn't make another episode on that, right?
I don't think we did, no. By the way, if you're sitting there holding your breath for the next episode, sorry. But
Hold on, I'm gonna double check now. 'Cause I don't remember. I don't want to speak out of.
I don't think we did.
I feel like we did though.
No, I think. Wait, did we?
I feel like we did. I feel
Did we
like we did.
not? Did we put it out there, or was it
I
like a
think
double episode day?
no. I think we did. 220, 220, 221. When did Last Epoch come out?
Uh, Let me see. Released? No, last played on March 8th. Yeah, that doesn't help.
Well,
Mm,
look at the news.
yeah, March 1st. No,
March
that's
1st.
102. That's 101 too. Uh, Small patch note, February 23rd. 1.0 release is live, and that was on the 21st. Yeah,
Okay, so we did do an episode.
but I wonder if that episode was about that.
Let me read the description. I'm looking at our
Because I feel like we talked about a whole bunch of stuff, and then you know what I mean. Like I feel like we ended up doing that, but I don't know. I can't 100% remember. I'm just a stoner.
anyway, if you watched our last episode and you know that we talked about I can't remember what the hell we talked on the 31st. We did a recording. Oh, you know what? No.
More PoE shit.
We released on the 21st. And we was talked about doing the recordings for Last Epoch,
Hmm.
release 1.1,
Hmm.
and we were just not feeling the game. I I
I do
I
remember being stuck at level 12 for a very long time.
we had to drag your ass back to it by like bribing you and like it took like 3 weeks. At one point, Alex kept saying, "Why would he play it?" I'm like, "Bro, he's just going through it. Like, just got a rock. Like, you don't want to, don't want to. Like, there's nothing you gonna do to magically get him to play. Eventually, he's gonna get lonely. He's gonna want to come play. But right now, he's stuck on whatever he's stuck on. He's not gonna come play. Um, but that was honestly shocking how hard it was to get you to come play, which
I'm
validated
sorry.
my feelings. It validated my feelings
That's good.
because
It wasn't personal. Like it had
no,
nothing to do with you guys. It was just, dude. It was so hard to just go and be like, all right, time to make another character in the new league just to experience the trading. Not much is all that different. I
mm-hmm.
hate my early game character, and then by the time I was level 12, dude, I was just like, I'm just gonna alt F4. Like,
it. I
and then I
was
went and
very
played Tekken.
conflicted. I was very conflicted throughout the entire gameplay, and I played for a solid 2 to 3 weeks.
Damn.
I've leveled 2 characters. I made an auto bomber, and then I made that Falcon bleeder.
Right, right.
And at the end of it, no matter what I tried, no matter how much I wanted to like the game, something about it just kept unmotivating me. And the more I try to get you to play, the more that you didn't want to play, the more I'm like, I don't want to play this anymore. But I feel like I should because we should make some content on this. This is 1.0. This is a
Right.
prominent, competitor of PoE. But I really did not like it. I really just something about it
You know what it
wasn't
is,
there.
bro? You know what it is, dog? I'll actually tell you what I think it is. It's not PoE. It's
It's like
it's
having
a
a.
lot of
It has
things.
like it's like a really bad. I got it. I got it. It's like wanting breaking bad meth, and you get regular meth. It just doesn't hit the same. It doesn't hit the same. You're like, where that blue thunder at, man? Fuck, like just it just
Yeah.
wasn't hitting them dopamine levels, man. It wasn't.
You know, my biggest problem with it is the itemization and the crafting. I get so unmotivated when I think about that game's itemization and fucking crafting.
Well,
I
I think they definitely need more items. They need more variety. I think.
I don't think that's true.
No.
No, because none of the items are interesting in the first place. Nothing like I kid you not, man. I kid you fucking not. Not one time did I pick up an item off the floor and be like, "Ooh, what is this?" I don't like the all of the items in the game are lackluster as fuck to me.
It's very one dimensional. I think you brought this up in one of our earlier conversations offline about you don't one of the biggest things about a lot of the other prominent ARPGs is that it locks you to classes.
Yeah,
And if you get locked into a class, I mean you get locked to specific items as well.
types of gear and like the range of things that you can put on your thing that would actually make any difference and I
And that
don't like unlocking portions of my character that should already be there. When I slot in fireball on my shit in PoE, I'm only augmenting to add to the fireball. I'm never like, oh no, I need my fireball to travel further, so I need to get this, or I needed to do
or to
this, so
change
I need to get
the
that.
way my
Like
fireball
I'm
reacts to.
right. The base fireball, if you get decent gear, will do fine. Now you add links to it to make it better. Like I feel like I'm empowering the thing, not unlocking something that should already be like within it. I understand that a fireball shouldn't have 4 projectiles natively. You know what I mean? That's within my understanding of reason. But for me to be like, yo, why does my fireball not hit 4 things? If I'm literally putting it on the area where I'm supposed to be doing this, like that shouldn't be.
Yeah,
There's just a lot
it's
of frustration.
the they have build diversity. It's just
Because we were both falconers and we were both looking for different gear and playing differently,
yeah, yeah. I mean, their metas are very what's the word?
almost defined.
Yeah, like you have a one track. Like if you really want to go far, you got to go with one of the metas, and it's just like, I mean, or else you're gonna kind of be lackluster. Just because I wasn't going a meta, I was going to bleed build, and it was doing pretty decent. But I was starting to hit before I even hit corruption. I was starting to hit some real like shit's not dying fast enough. Now that could be because my gear, whatever the hell it is, but it wasn't very clear on how to build better bleed like damage over time.
Mhm.
Um, other than getting like damage over time on all my gear. So I was hitting
Right.
that kind of wall, and I'm like, but so it was in the LP system, which is okay, but
I hate it.
it's very grindy.
I hate it. I combined one piece of gear and I realized I never wanted to do it again. And I know that to make my build anywhere like better, I'm gonna have to do it. Oodles.
Mm-hmm. You need it multiple times, 2 3 times, and it's just
Like
like
I understand that double corrupting an item in PoE is something, yeah, you should probably do at some time, right? You're probably gonna break a couple of your item. But I never
regular,
felt I never felt like a double corrupt was necessary to make my build
right?
feel good.
Right. That's just the icing on the cake.
It's just the icing on the cake. Man, would I like a little bit of percent dex? You know what I mean? Like something like that. Like,
What
but
if
never
I can get?
Like, right. It's a
life on this.
like, dude, it's such a different feel for their itemization and crafting.
Yeah,
I can't get over how good Path of Exile has nailed down loot.
yeah. It's
Like
just the dopamine hits you get from it. It's like
just
nothing else.
like
Nothing
nothing
else.
else. Fucking find just like even like
The
random items on the floor feel more just like, ooh, what could that be? Like the names of the items.
oh
Like
yeah. I can at least side with you on that. And I was never excited for anything that dropped. Nothing seemed exciting. Even like the shiny stuff that they would drop, I would just looked at it
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
whatever.
You know why? You know why? Because when it dropped, what is it called? Ring. When a unique ring drops, it's never the name of the unique. It's never a base item.
That's
It's
a good
ring.
point. That's a good point.
Fucking like there's so many tiny problems that add up to the way the game feels, and it ends up being like just like you said, it's not there. It's not there.
It's fake
It's
crack.
not.
It's that fake
It's
crack.
fake crack. Like it's close, dude. If the developers go through, make a real hard pass, and like maybe get a little bit of a like what do they call that, like psychologists kind of looking at this, like
Game
really think
psychologist.
about like yeah, because that's what games are doing nowadays, dude. They think about what you think when something drops. They know they're trying to hit that dopamine fucking factor,
I mean,
and
if
Ring
you there's a
doesn't do
lot of
that for me.
they hit a large number though. This cycle.
I feel
I
because
don't.
everybody was hoping that it was going to be good.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know what their concurrent numbers is right now. I haven't checked.
That's you know what? I'm gonna go and fucking pull that
I
up right now.
appreciate that. And for those of you wondering if why the reason I'm low is because I'm holding a toddler and I'm like about a foot away from my mic. I'm trying to do the best I can to stretch, but it's the best I can. Um,
Apparently, pretty fucking well.
no, they did. That's the fucked up part about it.
They're still doing pretty fucking well.
They are.
Like they're rolling between 160K. Let's see, March 11th. Yeah, like 55K, 112. Like they're having a very healthy daily peak of like 100K players.
Okay.
Right now, there's 54K,
And this is
and
about a
the
week.
all
This is about a month into their cycle, which is
right.
what they call their leagues, their cycles.
So like, let's see. If I put this at like a month, right? Yeah. They had their nice little big peak at 264K on launch day, and it dwindled down and then goes back. It
Well,
dwindles
they
down to
had a
like
really bad
155.
launch.
Yeah, it did.
Despite the fact that they had a bad launch, they still have good numbers.
They went back up to 226 after like the player dip. That's probably when they fixed all the servers and shit. They go down to 139, and then now they're around like 70K, but peaking at like 100K. So not very good. They're from where they were.
I mean, they
Their
had a
retention wasn't very
really
good.
bad launch, man.
But
Servers completely crapped out,
that's true. Here, I'll show you.
and it not even in one day. It took them 3 or 4 days to get that like
Oh yeah.
under control. It was
Uh,
very spotty for like 4 days. I felt like, and despite the fact that it took that long, I kept trying. I kept trying. I'm like, I want to give this a solid try. And every time I thought about making content on it, I kept saying to myself, nah, just was not motivated to talk anything about it.
I feel like because if you look at this, right, it tells a story. Like that is I don't know. I don't know if that's very good retention or not. I don't think it is. Over the course of 10 days,
Nah, no, you're right. But I would attribute that to
a
just the
little more than 10
launch.
days.
I would just attribute that to the launch, the bad launch.
I don't know, dude.
I'd say let's wait at least 3 months. Let's wait another month, and then we can compare it to path numbers.
Well, I'm not comparing this to path numbers at all. I'm just looking at the fact that they have like it's just a steady decline.
I know path numbers tend to dwindle
over the weeks.
over the weeks. Yeah.
But then again, this is like 3 weeks in, and this is usually when Path is like doing really well, right?
Wait, it goes up and down, up and down, up and down. But like based on the, like
But
if
every up and down, it keeps bleeding its energy.
it bleeds like about 10% of players. It go
It's
it
pretty. I don't know. It's pretty
they'll start
big.
like at they'll start at 250, then at week one they'll go down to like 240. Then week three 230, and it just keeps going down that route. After like the first month or two, they'll be down to 175.
Like for instance, the last week, right? So Wednesday they had a peak of 144, low of 80.
This is
One,
Last Epoch.
yeah.
Okay.
Thursday was 140, low of 79. 141, 103, and then after we see 2 more days of like it doing really well, now we're seeing the numbers like start to dwindle. They're
Yeah, the hype is done. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Because before we were not seeing the lows of 50K.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like is there's a just less people wanting to grind out the legendary potential. In my personal thought, like I don't know. I'm
that's yeah.
talking.
That's the only that and grinding out corruptions. Once you get to that level of grinding,
Yeah, you're just
it's
fucking
you need
doing.
hardcore players. That's when you get the hardcore players that want to do that. It's kind of like saying when we do juice maps,
I
we're
guess.
part of the 1% of the 1% of the 1% that does that kind of content.
I guess.
A lot of people
Like
don't get that
I
far.
just I didn't feel any reward.
I know. I agree with you. I agree. And I want to clearly state here the reason why we didn't make any content. Oh, what you guys didn't make? It was two reasons. One, I don't like talking about shit I don't enjoy. It's very hard to get on this mic and start talking for like an hour about some shit
Because
I don't enjoy.
well, first of all, I know other people love this game. Someone loves this
But
and
this
is
is our
is really
podcast. I don't
taking
give a fuck.
umbrage. Right, but there's someone's taking umbrage with what we're saying right now about their loved game. But that's why I agree with you. I like talking about things I actually enjoy,
Yeah,
not
because
just shit on
it's
something people like.
yeah. I don't look. I was raised on that principle. If you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, like
But here we can't do that. We have to talk about the fact that I think this game
I
might
just
be a
didn't want
little
to.
trash.
I didn't want to dedicate. I could not find the motivation to dedicate a whole episode to Last Epoch. I couldn't find it. And then I think personal life was getting in the way, and it was just very convenient for me just to make an excuse of like maybe tomorrow.
But in right now, it's kind of Last Epoch's fault, right? Because there are too many fucking bangers to play.
Yeah. I know we the
Not
last
only
couple of
that,
episodes we've been saying this, right? We've been tuning
but
this
not
horn
only
of like
that,
too many good
bro.
games.
Not only that, but like even I've been playing Dark Tide again. Like I actually pull up Dark Tide now and again, and that ain't new. I'd
Yeah.
rather play Dark Tide than Last Epoch. That says something to me. Like there's other dude. I was playing Nightingales pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did that before
Yeah,
playing
you
Last
you
Epoch.
did you rather play a survival game than play that last that's what was confusing me. I was just like, is this motherfucker really all right? Okay, all right. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say he's his
it
own
was it
man.
was me avoiding. That was me literally
I mean,
avoiding Last Epoch, bro.
I get it. I get it. I get it.
It
I
was
can
like if I
confidently
play
say
Tekken, I'll never play it.
you did come back. You did come back. You did grind out. You did build the character. You did So I tip your hat. Give you your
I did
fair
it.
your fair credit. Um, but I don't unless they dramatically change something, I probably won't be picking up Last Epoch again.
Oh, not only that, the being able to buy certain shit from the thing based on your reputation, that just pissed me off. You're
I'm
telling
sure
me
they're
I
gonna
have to
change that. I'm sure they're gonna
grind
change that. or
I
they're gonna
have to
improve it or
grind
something.
to be able to complete my build. Fuck you.
Yeah,
Fuck
they're
you.
gonna do something to that. I mean, why? It's like they wanted to bottleneck your progression, how
They
fast your
really,
progression.
dude. Yes. Yes.
It's like
Yes.
that's weird. Why would you want to bottleneck me? Like, if anything, the faster I progress, the more I can get through your content, the more I can make content on the stuff I've found, and it creates like a hype train basically. That
Yeah.
like Path has that hype train where you see people downing fucking bosses that never no one have ever seen. Like, oh shit, it's a boss. It's a pinnacle boss. But if you make that shit grindy from the very beginning and content creators have to grind it out that much, it's gonna take that much longer for us to be able to create this content. Like
Yeah.
if I put in 100 hours in your game and I'm not even near end game, like that's a problem. Like I could put 100 hours into Path, and at least I'll be in red maps.
Yeah. 100.
I won't be
If
able to
you
kill pinnacle
actually
bosses.
dedicated, if you actually dedicated like time to learning and actually like playing the game, reading your skills and shit, yeah, 100%. As long as
Now,
you weren't doing like the bare basic, like just trying to fucking throw shit on your character and
mhm.
win,
Yeah,
you know,
if I'm as an experienced player though, 100 hours is plenty. Is more than enough time.
yeah, 100.
Now, as a new player, probably not. You're gonna hit a lot of
The
pitfalls, a
people,
lot of balls that you got to figure out. But I'm not a. I don't consider myself a scrub when it comes to ARPGs. So if I'm playing 100 hours of a game, I know what I need to do, especially where like builds. If I'm going bleed, I know what kind of tags. I know what shit.
'We're
100
not
hours in,
dumb.
I wasn't even done with my echoes. Like I mean, my monoliths. I was still working through my monoliths. It's just like everything felt so over the top grindy.
I did this one thing where I was like, okay, you know what? I'm actually gonna try to grind because what I was thinking of doing was buying a whole bunch of my bows, a whole bunch of the exalted items, and then just smashing them together. And I was like, dude, if I just gather the currency, I'll be able to do that. So I started doing echoes and fucking prioritizing the gold ones, just pushing to the end of the echo and then just resetting it and doing it again. I
Yeah.
did this like 4 or 5 times, ended up with like a fair amount of money, went to the thing, realized I can't buy the item I wanted to, and now I'm fucking stuck with a whole bunch of gold that I can't spend until I farm more. And it's just like I was like, I'm done. I'm so fucking done. I
Yeah.
couldn't.
The
That I
favorite.
imagine having like 40 divine and you can't spend it.
Yeah. That I don't know what the rationale. But the only thing I could think of is bottleneck.
Yeah,
Bottleneck in people's progression. You can't buy all your end game items right away because Also, it might be also the way to fight gold or maybe not gold sellers or gold farmers.
I saw a whole bunch of gold
Yeah,
sellers.
I did too. But for a slight second, I thought maybe that's a way to fight them off, but not really. You're only hurting the people who are dedicatedly playing.
Yeah, right. You only hurt the people who want to play the game and are trying to farm. And it's like they go and oh my god, dude. So I was saving up the arena keys and the bastion keys
Yeah. Oh yeah,
um
you told me about that. Yeah.
to sell, and I was gonna be like, all right, cool, I'll just sell an inventory of them at once. It'll be faster that way. And so I'm sitting there dumping everything in the tab, dumping everything in the tab. Overnight, they decided to fucking turn the key from 6,500 worth to 200.
Yeah. Again, bottlenecking your progression.
Not only that, but completely just absolutely eviscerating my fucking net worth in a
Because if you
moment.
don't have gold, that means you can't buy shit.
Can't buy shit.
And
Yeah.
if you can't buy shit, you can't progress. So it's like
And it's not like you can buy shards. I have
this
to buy gear.
this is
Like,
something MMO did early on where they made things extra grindy. Sort of for the sole purpose of slowing down players. So they don't blow through all your content quickly.
right.
But the problem is these days, especially now with all these good games, if you don't balance out your game where people can blow through your content, enjoy it, and then put the game down and pick it up later, they're just gonna stop and not come
Yeah.
back at all. because they don't even have a favorable memory of the game. Like,
Yeah,
damn, I
it's
have
a
so much
grind.
fun that cycle. I grinded so much stuff. I almost got to the boss, but it's all right. Maybe next time.
Yeah, I'm not. I honestly cannot think of opening the game back up.
I
Not
already
even.
uninstalled it.
I've.
I mean, that's
You
not
know,
that don't really mean nothing for me, but
right. But
I've had games that I've played with my wife still installed, and we haven't touched that game in over a year. And I still look at it sometimes like I'm about to uninstall your ass. And if she walks in the room, I'm like, no, 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 chill, 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 chill. That's fam. That's fam. That's fam right there. Let me not let me not touch that. You know what I'm saying? Like so
I still have Grim Dawn installed.
fair enough.
Like straight up. That game was different enough to me where I was like, this is neat.
It's its own
Again,
little
it
it's
wasn't.
its own little ethos. It did what it
Yeah,
did. It did it well,
cool.
and that's it.
And that I even have it there just in case one of these days I was just wanted to get back on it. It was a neat little thing. But like Last Epoch, man, I'm
I
sitting here and
wanna
I think about it and I look at my 133 hours played and I'm like, I
how
can't
much hours on
remember any of it.
let me see how much hours. Hold on.
I also hated the controller setup.
146.
Dude, you only like I think that a lot of that is I played pre 1.0 a lot.
Yeah, yeah. I think I caught up this cycle with you.
Yeah, because I played pre-launch. I think I made 3 characters that were
Yeah, we
past
made
level
content.
90.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we made content on it, and one of the last episodes I dedicated to it was I called it the last epoch because I didn't expect us to make any more content on this game. I really didn't.
I wonder how much of that has to do with the fact that I did make 3 characters that were pretty far into the late game already and just didn't want to fucking play Last Epoch anymore.
Well, there was nothing to look forward
Nothing
to.
really. Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
new pinnacle bosses. There's no new mechanic. There's no.
Well, the trading is a new mechanic.
That's just access. The
And
trading is
I
just
was
access to late game. That's what
and
the
the
act
funny
trading.
thing is I still couldn't buy the things that I wanted to buy on my pre 1.0 characters yet. If you catch my meaning. Like there were shit when I heard of trading, I was like, dude, oh, I would love to be able to buy that for my Void Knight or something like that. Yeah, no, my Void Knight wouldn't be able to buy the thing that it wanted to on my cycle character with the gatekeeping that they did.
Let me. Jesus, I gotta shift my body weight a bit.
For sure.
I've been in in one position for the past 30, 40 minutes, and I think I'm getting like crabs
Rigor
all over.
mortis.
Yeah, because you're holding a 40-pound kid. It's like
40 pound.
you forget how heavy they are.
Is he really 40 pounds? God damn.
yeah, dude's a tall, chunky baby. Give me one
I don't
second.
I don't know. I don't think he's a baby anymore, right?
No, he's not a baby, but he's our baby, so it's one of those things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Toddler.
Yeah, give me one second. I'm gonna pause a second. All right, recording back again. All right,
All right.
I was able to put him down. He didn't wake up, so I should be good for another hour.
Excellent. Excellent.
All right. All right. So fuck this. All right. No, no, I shouldn't say that. Right. Let's move on from Last Epoch. We spent already 30 minutes on this.
Yeah, that's true. We've spent more time trashing on it than I want to play it. So
This is why I didn't want to make an episode because I knew this was gonna happen. We was gonna end up trashing it for like 30 seconds, and that's not a fair review on it. But
I think we have a fair viewpoint on it. I played pre 1.0. I played post 1.0. You did as well.
yeah,
It's not PoE. There's a lot of mechanics in the game that are frustrating as fuck and make you feel like shit.
game
So fuck it.
looks nice.
Oh, pretty gorgeous game. There, I said it.
It looks nice. They have a lot of cool little nifty modern functionalities. I want to say Like
Yeah, there's a lot
the
of like
the
quality
the
of life stuff.
portal, not having to have that in your inventory. I felt like that was like a no brainer.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
mean,
Hmm.
little things, but it's just like, oh, okay, I could see. Again, it looks great,
I feel like a lot of the stuff was too small,
but
just
the
stuff to pick up. It's too small, hard to click on.
oh, interesting. Isn't
Like
that
I
like a
was always,
UI? Like, you can
yeah.
like make that bigger as a UI?
I don't know. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay.
Like
Anyway,
most stuff
move
on the
on. Okay, we're going back to it. We're going back to
yeah,
it.
yeah, 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 yeah.
We can't help
So we
ourselves.
got some news about PoE.
P O
Little bit of
E
news.
P. Oh, the crack that keeps giving.
Super crack, the good shit. All
Bet.
right.
Where do we start?
Um, essences and other mechanics will be in PoE 2 during beta, and they'll be swapping them out randomly to fucking test them. First thing that
Interesting.
I noticed.
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
it's the
I
first thing
wonder
I
why
noticed.
test them.
What do you mean? They have to test them.
I mean, what? To see if they're not overpowered. If like you check them in,
Yeah,
like, I want to create a yellow with like random stats that are at least some are predetermined. One or two stats are predetermined.
right. But that's like essences.
Exactly.
Right. But that means that it has to be tested. The weights and things of that nature. Like, you know what I mean? Like, think
It
about.
makes you think how much different are the stats values in PoE 2 versus 1? Because we know how they work in PoE 1 and how they interact with shit and their limits, right?
Yeah,
So how much different is your stat values in PoE 2?
I don't know. I haven't. I don't think they've given us like a real good look at an at a crafted item or a good item
Yeah,
at that.
everything's white. Yeah, everything they show is white.
They did say something that actually kind of piqued my interest is that traps and mines will be based on the base item of the weapon.
Mm.
Yeah,
Which is
which means that you
weird.
won't which means you won't have to put a minefield gem in like a
But
thing to make
that's weird because does that mean that your in-game weapon is actually an actual physical mine you had to buy? Or
no,
like
it's a weapon that gives the sockets inside it a mine property. So before
oh.
before as a miner, you chose based on your stats that you wanted. So if you're going like a spell mine, you usually wanted like wands
It's like
or
I was
staff.
thinking like could you like go get claymores? Like that's like there's an NPC that sells different types of mines. There's like the bear traps, there's the claymore C4s. Like it's just choose which mine you want, and that then sets the criteria of like what the criteria of your mines or traps are going to be. I
Yeah,
literally that's
no.
what ran through my mind because they have the bow person, they have the artillery, they have the that Gatling gun looking thing.
Yeah.
So it's like okay, I conceptually I know that, but what would an item look like that sets your skills to mines? I'm curious of that because is that a magical thing or is that like
I
what we?
if in my stupid brain, I think of like a wrist load or something.
Huh.
You know what I mean?
I'm curious. I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
that. I'm looking forward to that.
I
See what that
I
looks
am
like.
I am too. I was actually really intrigued with that. You know me. I've tried to make mines
It's a
work.
free. It's
So
a free. It's a free spell totem or
yeah,
what do you call that?
spell
Mind
gem
totem.
or yeah, mine totem
Yeah,
or mine gem.
yeah. It's a
Like
it's built in.
super good. Yeah, so that means that I actually get a proper fucking six link mine, which is I feel like the big problem with current with mining in current PoE is you have to give up one or two slots guaranteed to fucking make your just the mine thing happen in
Yeah,
the fashion that you want it to happen in. And then you have that, you know, your additives to things of that nature. So you need the spell gem, the mind gem, and then your adds. But if it's already built into the fucking weapon, like what was it? There's actually a weapon that already does that in PoE. It's a two-handed weapon. I can't remember what it is, but it
nah, I don't. I'm
turns
not good with names.
it adds minefield support, which it for a lot of like early game mining builds,
Yeah,
best in slot. You get a free slot. Like who would turn that down? But baking that into the system, that makes so many things like possible and
Well,
fucking
your
big.
your damage, the damage ceiling will be much higher too.
Yeah, I kind of want to go Hex Blast.
If that's even a thing.
They say that they're bringing over a lot of the skills, like
But
because
see,
they
we
said like
underestimate how many
fires.
fucking skills they are to begin with.
That is true, but
There's a fuck ton of skills, bro.
Hex Blast Mines is relatively
You know,
popular.
like the basic ones are gonna go over, like Fireball,
Well, yeah, but
Spark, shit like that is gonna go over.
right. I'm wondering if like things like Reap,
Probably not at
Summon
first.
Reaper, like there's a lot of stuff, dude. Like you think about it and how the thing that really intrigues
Arc,
me about the whole
definitely. You already
PoE
saw it.
slash true. But the thing that intrigues me about the PoE 1 / PoE 2 thing is how much carryover is possible and how much they're actually gonna do.
Yeah.
That is such an interesting problem or like thing to think about. Like I really do
It's not going
wonder
to be
how
as many. It's not going to. I don't see it being as many as we think they are. You know why? Because they're adding new classes, and those classes have. How do I say this? I don't know how the monk's skills are going to be utilized by a rogue or ranger.
right.
See, in Path 1, any class can
And
use any
yeah,
other skill. And
yeah.
it's just it's a simple animation that's
Or
universal between all the
any
characters.
or any other weapon.
Right.
Or yeah. Well, that's actually not true
Well, I mean, there's some limitations. Like you
because
can't
of the
use certain
for,
types of weapons for certain
forbidden
skills.
forbidden flame and flesh because those are ascendancy specific.
Okay. So
So
there are some tiny restrictions.
caveats, yeah.
But typically the way the infrastructure and the framework that we use is that there's a basic animation for skills. Fireball looks like this. So anyone who catches the fireball that does this, right? Where it is different is the monk and the druid. Because their animations are specific to their class. Unless they just say, well, anyone who chooses to be a necro monk just does these skills. As long as they have these skills slotted in these items, like let's say it's like a knuckles, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, if they slide these knuckles in, they're gonna fight like a monk. If they do that, then okay. Then the animations are based on the items, the skill items. Then I guess it would work. But I'm really curious on how they do that. Unless
I'm
they,
wondering if they're going to allow the game to be that open in the first place.
I'm crossing my fingers, bro.
I am too.
I'm
I am
crossing my
too.
fingers
But
because if they start doing that locking shit where it's like only monks
it
can do
starts.
monkey shit.
But again, this is why I'm still kind of hyped because PoE 1 isn't going away.
But I want PoE 2 to be successful, bro. I
I
really
do
do.
too. I really trust me. I really do too. I hope PoE 2 becomes my main game. I really do hope that PoE 2 will absorb another 4,300 hours from my life.
Like I want like in an ideal world, I want PoE 2 to eclipse PoE 1, right?
Yeah.
And then PoE 1 is it's like Pac-Man Turbo. You ever played Pac-Man Turbo? All right, so I'm showing my age here.
No, I played Tetris, the that Blitz version of Tetris.
Okay. So it's like that, right? Where everyone at least at some point play either Tetris or Tetris-like game or Candy Crush if you ever played that. For some of you young people out there.
Bejeweled for old folks.
Oh, for you boomers out there. And then eventually they made a much faster version of it. So what I would want to see is I would want Path 2 to replace the normal speed of Path, right? Grinding, right? But then Path 1 becomes this like super turbo version of it, where it's like the old graphics, old crazy shit, but you can grind out much faster. Like a crazy amount of divines drop, a crazy amount of fucking loot just drops. Like it's just like everything is just on times 100. Right? It just becomes this weird fucking turbo shit you do for like a week. Kind of like the events.
Yeah.
Now it wouldn't make sense at that point because you got to push content for both, and that's a lot of resources that company has to use. But I would want to see that eclipse. I would want to see because let's be honest, man, everything comes to an end, and at a certain point, we're gonna have to say goodbye to Path One. We're gonna have to say goodbye to it. This is a fucking old game.
I'm gonna throw this out there because like people resurrected the Modern Warfare 2 servers, bro.
Nostalgia is a bitch.
It really is.
Nostalgia is a bitch, but we are
And
looking at 10 plus years of a game, bro.
Yeah.
10 plus years, man. Eventually, we're gonna have to say, you know what? Might be time. Might be time. And I would want
Path 2
to be that
game.
replacement. Yeah. Not Diablo 8.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Me and you agree on that 100. I would rather GGG be the company that is making it.
That takes itself out, basically.
Right. Yeah, like take out your own game with a better game or a better version of your game. Do it up, like 100. But what I think is it'll take time for it to be that. Obviously, the amount of content and things of that nature are obvious. But when you think about just how much build diversity, how much choice, how much like effort-based reward there is in Path, that is gonna be a very hard thing to nail first try, which is why I think it's good that they're doing testing. I think it's good that they have been tempering our expectations by not releasing like full items, how our end game's gonna look. I'm glad. Like it tells me that they're taking this seriously and they really are doing their best. I'm
Yeah.
good. I
I
have high
this is
hopes.
sidebar. Is there a reason why you don't recommend the game? I think as a joke. Did you do that as a joke on his team?
I don't know if it's like really a joke.
Because I scroll down, I'm looking at the path page, and I'm like, Forgotten Mute does not recommend. It basically recommends against this game. And I'm sitting there like, what?
Yeah. So I can actually tell you my review. Solid game, but it eats your soul with RNG. And it's so it's I don't think it's wrong.
I don't think it's wrong.
The review still stands. Great solid game. Holy
692 hours at the
yeah,
review time.
yeah. And now
4,200 hours.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You should put an update. You should put an update and be like, yep, no soul. Checked a year, 4 years later. You definitely don't have a soul. Oh, that's funny.
There you go. Reviews edited. Solid game. Eat your soul with RNG. 4,200 hours in. No soul anymore.
That's funny. I put a funny comment on that. Necropolis.
Oh, so I love the two bosses that they show in there. I don't know if you saw them.
I did not.
Oh, yeah.
At least I didn't want to see it. At least okay. The preview I saw. Where did we go back to it?
It's in Path of Loot.
38, yeah. That's the one that's the old man is sucking gold shit.
Wait, hold up. Is this the wrong one? This is the wrong one. Sorry.
It's the wrong one.
Where is
that's the preview of the preview.
Yeah.
the live teaser. Which again, oh, this is my beef. This was my beef with it. So the uh live teaser of the Path 2, right?
Mhm.
And even they do this a lot too with the live teasers sometimes. I don't want a live teaser to be 40 seconds long and 30 seconds of that 40 seconds is you showing the logo of the game.
Yeah, that hurts.
That hurts my soul. Because I'm like 40 seconds. Oh my God. 40 seconds of gameplay? That's an eternity. I'm in there. You show 15 seconds and that's it. I'm just staring at the logo, just like in disbelief, like I'm a crackhead.
Yeah. Hold up. I'm trying to find that video. It wasn't that one. Where the fuck was it?
Yeah, I don't.
I just fucking saw it.
Maybe they just dropped on their website. Let me check their webpage. Path of 8 days. Wow, is really that 8 days? Oh wait, it's GG Live. Oh my God, I'm just gonna heart
Right,
attack.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. I almost caught a heart. Oh wait, no, that's Pantheon. Quality of life.
Ah, here it is.
Which,
Um,
what's it called?
it's fuck. I'll react to it.
How
It's
far back is
on
it?
March 8th. Path of Loot.
That's Path 2, is it?
No, I think this is Necropolis.
The first one. Okay, the first video. Yeah, it shows that little old dude in a cemetery looking thing.
Yeah, yeah. That's the video. They show two bosses at the end. There's three. I think it's three small bosses and two big ones because you see them. They're kneeling in front of the two
What the
things.
fuck do you see here? God, it
Wait,
feels like I gotta turn this up to 4K.
there. You see it? It's
No.
at like 21, 22.
21, 22. Oh, I didn't see the finish. The post credits. I didn't see the
Yeah,
post credits.
bro. This is
They
why
pulled
you
the
watch.
Marvel. They pulled the
Yeah,
Marvel.
yeah. So there's three things. They're kneeling to the two bosses.
What is that? Why does that look like Catarina?
Oh wait, is that Catarina and
That looks like
fucking
Catarina.
and the bitch from the Sanctum?
Calandra.
No,
No?
no. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I thought it was a dude from the Sanctum.
No, it's a. I think. Wait, unless I'm misgendering. I don't know.
No, I don't. I didn't mean like. I meant like a dudeish character, not like
Lydia.
a
Lydia.
from Sanctum.
The Forbidden Sanctum. Yeah,
Oh, guess I
that's.
never.
I'm pretty sure that's the final form of Lydia. And then you're right. That is the bitch from Betrayal.
Who these other three dudes?
I don't know. We see the weird skulls. Of the
They,
spiky
they
back piece
resemble
with a banner,
they
and
resemble
then
orcs. I don't know why.
I
Sidebar.
guess yeah. Uh huh.
Are like orcs copyrighted?
No,
I'm just curious why they
like
haven't been used. Yeah,
the
like
concept of an orc. No.
why they haven't been really used as far like an enemy type.
Well, to be completely honest, I can't think of an enemy type that in PoE other than just like the humans and armor and stuff that are anything like any other game I've ever played.
Yeah,
Like
like even the
don't
monkeys are not like goblins or
right.
kobolds. It's like monkeys.
Like literal monkeys. Like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, there's something about this game and the imagination that it brings to everything that really fucking drew me in, bro. And it's beautiful when you have like these types of things. They don't use cobalt. You know what? This is the thing. It would be less soul to use orcs, kobolds, and things of that nature.
I'm just curious as to why they haven't like.
I think it's like I think it's just it would be less unique.
Mm.
You know what I mean? You're not creating anything. You just stick a thing in your game, and that's why PoE has
Yeah,
this
it doesn't
like
have to
social
be.
role.
Well, I mean, there's always Path 2, so it might be
And you
same
even
type
notice in
enemies.
Path 2, the things that you're killing aren't dogs. They aren't fucking
They would never put a
monkeys.
dog. Oh
Like,
my gosh.
right. Well, no, yeah, they do. They're the fire dogs in Path. Please tell me you remember the fucking fire dogs in Path, dude. They're
They're not dogs.
literally
They're like
like,
wolves. They're not dogs.
oh, come on.
It's different. You know what I mean? So you're not kidding. You're not kidding.
You're not killing
Lassie.
domesticated dogs, right? Like, but you're killing feral, but it's a dog. It's a feral dog.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But it's one of those things where like
It's a
they don't put
demonic
just,
thing on fire coming after you. But fair
yes,
enough.
demon dog. Like
For
it's just
it's for someone as empowered as an exile, you should be
mm,
okay with a demon dog. Be like, hey, how you doing, DB?
what a bro. That's why you have pets.
Go damn it. Oh, but even the pets
Yeah,
are not traditional. There's a lot of the pets and
yeah, squids and
worms and your giant worm.
my candles. I have floating candles that follow me around. Yeah, yeah. It's all kinds of fun. I love Path. Like, fucking, god damn it, man.
A lot of quality of life stuff. A
Oh
lot of
yes.
quality of life stuff.
Oh my god. Trading is going to be so much nicer. Um what's the word I'm looking for? Fusing spams, alt spams. Spams are gonna be so much. Wait, I don't know. I wonder if it's gonna work for alt spamming.
I'm sure they will.
And if it is for alt spamming, how am I gonna not override shit? Ah,
Well,
let's
no, it may not be for stats because you may be looking
right.
for
It
specific
might
stat.
just be
So for links, it's more obvious because
yeah, max
everyone's
links.
wants max links. So, well, in most cases, you want max links, but that's why he made it an option where you don't have to.
Yeah, you can still do the click,
Yeah,
but I don't think you have to. But for like spamming, it's
I
one of
love
those things
how
where
they
I override items anyway.
in the video where they demonstrated the little option.
Mhm.
They just grabbed a bunch of links, and then within that stack, they were able to get a 6 link.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's funny.
Like, are you serious? Like most motherfuckers got to go through thousands of these fusions before they get a 6
Yeah,
link.
yeah, yeah. It gives the impression that like, oh, if I just get like a half an inventory of these, I'll be fine. Like,
Yeah. Like, boop, 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 boop. There you go. See, not that hard.
perfect, yay, linked. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. It hasn't happened in a long time, but my best one is a 6 link and 37 fusings.
Oh,
Yeah, it just gorgeous. I was sitting there, just like, no fucking way. Okay, I guess I just won. Like, I got to sell the divine of fusings back. But yeah, fucking wonderful, dude. I am happy for PoE 2. I'm happy for PoE 1.
I want them. My hope is that they're really taking notes about, like, the team of Path 2 is taking notes, like shit that they're doing. Like, we need to include that as well. Don't
I would
make the
assume
mistake
so.
of make Path 1 so goddamn convenient to play, and then it's like you playing Path 2 with better graphics, but all the quality of life has been sucked out.
I don't believe they will, and it's actually because of something very apparent that just happened that I don't know if you're aware of. Payday 3, the sequel to Payday 2 that just fucking came out, is dead.
Yeah, no, I noticed that. I noticed that.
Dead as fuck. It has less than its predecessor. And it's
I had a feeling that was gonna happen, by the way.
Yep.
Because Payday 2 was like a cult favorite.
Yes. Too good.
And it's just like, I
this
didn't
is why
even,
I'm
I didn't even
worried.
know Payday, they were even making Payday 3.
I did.
I happened to see it by happenstance. And I was like, oh shit, they're making 3? And I kept looking at the previews and I'm like,
It doesn't look all that great. My hype died I think it was like 2 days after I did find out. Because I was like, oh, I'm gonna look up a video on that, and then remembered, looked up a video, and then my hype died.
It's that
And I
bad.
was
Damn.
like, yeah. I was like, I'm good. Like
So how does this
it's
relate? How does this relate to what your original statement was about? They don't think you
it's
will.
like it's so dead that I'm pretty sure it made like Reddit kind of news and like yeah, dude, there's no way you see something like that happen and make that same mistake, right?
I don't know. I
Because
really don't know.
they literally killed the game right after
But
fucking release.
why? What was so bad about it though, specifically?
Um, it was less convenient to play, less
Uh,
weapons, less masks, like things of that nature. Customization was worse. There was less to do. Like it was just an example of when you don't release a fucking sequel. This is, and again,
yeah.
this is also when like I will
But
side.
it's that problem of like when you've I want to say milk, but when
Yes,
you've maxed the
it's
they just released new content for GT5, by the way.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's my whole thing is like I'll stand actually beside Rockstar on this and saying that they should take however long it needs to take for GTA 6 to be better than GTA 5.
Yeah, and
If they
have
don't, it's going to ruin their
yeah.
gaming releasing because they milked
That's a
that
good
fucking
fucking
prior
point.
game
That's a good point.
way
That's a
too long,
fucking.
dude.
I haven't even. That wasn't even a fucking on my
They have
radar.
to. They have to. They cannot like they can't do it too fast. They
Graphics,
have to
yeah,
make it better.
graphics alone is not gonna let people just play a fucking game that's just way less convenient to play.
Yeah,
Like it's just
it's it's a trip because and what is it? Who owns Payday? Is it Ubisoft?
I do not know. Payday 2. Store page. I am old enough. Overkill.
Overkill. Starbreeze Studios.
Well, that's the publisher. The owner
Right.
developers Overkill. So I guess it depends who owns the rights of it.
Right. I think right but what most people were saying that they Starbreeze Studios should have just sold the IP. Like that's the
The thing about
that's
it is
the
that
consensus
the
I'm
thing about
getting.
Payday 2 is that, and this is, we're fucking jumping around now, but it was a great game as it was. It was like,
Oh yeah.
this the pinnacle of what you, heist game. Like, what more do you want? Like, okay, better graphics, but then what else? You can't make the same game with just better graphics and expect it to be better than the original. It's never gonna work. And I guess I've been taking them for granted as far as GGG goes, is to say, don't just depend on the fact that your graphics are going to captivate your audience, because it's not. Because
It's
we don't
not
play Path for the graphics.
at all. If I gave a fuck about graphics, dude, do you remember when I first played this game and I was like, oh man, this game looks like shit? I remember that, bro. And then still
So
playing
when you
it, and
walk into
then
the crack house, you're like, "What the fuck is going on?" I'm like, don't worry about it, bro. It gets better, bro. It's just better. Just sit
like
right here on this dirty ass mattress.
it's proof that you can give me a fucking 800 pixel fucking vomit on my screen, make it make sense, make it fun, and I'll pay for it. I'll give you money. I will give you money. You don't even have to charge me money. GGG has gotten plenty of fucking money out of me and hasn't really like been on like the whole you need to pay to do this. Like, hey,
Yeah,
take my
I'm.
money.
I never thought about that. Like 10 years of fucking just sheer content, and now you're making a new game, and this is like you got to start from scratch, essentially.
Yeah, you have to make something amazing to overshadow the thing that
Wow.
you're trying to replace, or it's just gonna
That means
die.
that out the gate they need to have an end game. They need at
Yes,
least one pinnacle boss.
they need. Dude, honestly, bro, fuck, man. I have to be
Oh
honest and say that
fuck.
like, dude, think about it, bro. Think
They're
about
not
the
ready.
amount of. They're not ready, dude.
They're not
Well,
ready.
they might be. That's the thing. We don't know how far into actual development
That's
they are.
true. I hope they're
They
ready.
they. I hope they're ready. but it's one of those things where like
They have to
this
be ready, man. They've learned so much from Path One. They did like,
so
yo, we need a pinnacle boss. You need an end game system. You need, what's your mapping look like? What's your scaling look like? Like they have to like, because they see how hard their population of players go. They know what percentages go hard into red maps. They know they have all these statistics.
yep.
So they're gonna have a
But
solid ass
I actually,
campaign for the casuals.
side note though, I actually think that the reason Path of Exile 1 is not becoming PoE 2 anymore is exactly this reason.
But you're gonna shoot yourself in the dick.
No, if you make it good, but it doesn't have as in depth of an end game as PoE 1, no one's gonna shit on it. Like if it has one or two like pinnacle bosses, really good farming, really fun mapping,
All
just
you
like
need is
PoE,
one pinnacle boss.
like I would say two. Like if they do like a Searing Exarch fucking Eater of Worlds
Shaper,
kind of
like one
deal,
shaper. That's it.
I think they should do like again like an
Because that's how
Eater.
they first started with Path One. They had one pinnacle boss who was a shaper. And even shaper wasn't even a thing, honestly. When Path was first around, it wasn't even a thing. It took
Yeah, now
them.
you need it though.
It took them several years to be like, oh, we a pinnacle boss shaper, and it's just like, oh, then they Eater of the Worlds. Then they released that pinnacle boss. Then
So,
Sirius. Then everything else came.
but they did say that they have oodles of bosses because every map has a boss.
But
So
that's the problem. If you have so many bosses, where is the pinnacle boss?
right. But the thing is that doesn't necessarily mean anything because every map in current PoE
It's like
has a
Last
boss.
Epoch.
Right. But again, you
All these
also
fucking bosses, they don't feel like shit. They don't feel like nothing substance. It's like, oh, you go, you kill them, whatever. And even Path 1, you kill 10 bosses in 10 acts.
right. But I remember each one of the 10 bosses
Because
in
why? Why? Because they bring them back in the maps.
well, not even that. I imagine that they would do that anyway because why the fuck wouldn't you? It's a map. You have
Yeah.
so many of them. Why
I
wouldn't you?
honestly thought that was kind of cool. When I first time I fought Kitava in a map, I was like, wait, what the fuck?
You know what? I do also remember my first time finding Kitava in a map and was just like, I can't do this
Yeah.
because I was carried through it. It's like I just gotta leave. It's way harder.
Yeah. And it's juiced up because the map modifiers, and you fuck around going to that motherfucking juice, and you're like, oh no, oh
Yeah,
no.
like I gotta leave. Like,
So that was
like
like,
so. I'm not worried about that so much. What I'm worried about is because again, when I plan on coming back to PoE 1 for league launches or
yeah.
events and shit like that anyway, I don't need PoE 2 to have the most expansive end game in the world, but I do need the game to be good. I
And I
need
think
them to
that
think
the
about just
definition
one.
of be good means different for different people.
That's true because everyone's subjective, or everybody
I
has their
just,
own opinion.
I don't know what the culture behind Path, on a general sense, what that good signifies. What are people most going to be looking for? Is it a solid campaign? Is it, you know, like a pinnacle boss that they can strive to burn through? Is it loots? Is it like mid max? Like what is it that a
To
typical
be,
generic path player is looking for in path
but
two?
let's be real. Let's be 100% real. Any game that does only one thing well does not succeed. Path does a lot of things well. And I think that is the way that we have to look at it is that they just need to kind of keep their standards when introducing things to the game and when putting them in there and when doing things. If they put in a campaign, the campaign has to be good. It has to feel rewarding. And if they put in mapping, it has to be good. It has to be rewarding. And if they put in items, they have to be good. They have to feel rewarding to do them and they have to get scale harder. You know what I
The
mean? It's
game
just
has to be
solid.
different enough that doesn't fall into the payday situation. right? Different enough. Saying
I know.
this doesn't feel like Path 1, but I can taste Path 1 in this.
Yes, I
Right?
agree. But that's the whole thing with like the graphical overhaul, I think, right?
I mean
That to me,
gameplay though. I mean gameplay. I mean
well,
like the
I
items, the you know, the
I kind of
interaction of the game.
I kind of really want the ability to go gigafast again. And they did confirm that you can indeed go gigafast in PoE 2.
Man, look at the you remember the video with the spears.
Yeah.
That's a lot of acrobatic shit that motherfucker's doing.
Pew, pew.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
dude.
jumping around, like
Looking like Dynasty Warrior shit. Let's go.
yeah,
Like,
that. Imagine that on crack.
yeah. Like
Like
I'm excited. Like
I
that's the
don't,
whole thing.
I
Like
don't
I love
know,
the fact that
but
they
it's
let us do
so that's
that.
what I'm saying. It is different enough. Meaning like you couldn't do it. You can't do this in Path 1, right? This is
Right?
different. But then your one button spear build, we got that. Yeah, you can just amp this motherfucker up like 300% and just do like a map wide spear attack. Like yeah, you could do that. That's yeah,
Just
like
walking
you can
through this.
just throw it
Dude,
in the ground and it spikes comes up,
yeah.
but you
Because
multiply
they,
that by like a few thousand.
you can do that with like Cyclone and shit in PoE 1.
So you know what I
Just
mean.
like giga amp your melee range and
Yeah,
just fucking cover half a screen in your
exactly.
spinning.
And then you do it fast. Just that's you know what I mean. Like you can get outrageous
Yeah. I
enough
fucking
to remind you of, oh, this is the path I know. Like I could get stupid with this, but
Mhm.
but be different enough to be like, this definitely feels better. It interacts with me differently than path 1.
But I already feel like it has to be just out of the simple fact that they've introduced like guns and grenades and shit. So
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty
new classes.
yep. They got a lot of new shit. They got a lot of old shit coming and they got a lot of new shit. And they're telling me that I'm not losing any MTX. I'm like, what? I got
That was their
hideouts
smartest.
still?
That was probably their smartest move.
100%.
Like no
I
matter
I
what
agree.
happens to path 2, because they got time to
They got
continue
time.
like
Yeah.
improving on it.
You can milk this game for another 13 years, and as long as you don't spit on the money I've already spent for you, dude, you'll get another fucking grip of money out of me.
Yeah, because at least people know, like, oh, if I can keep buying shit, and it just goes over there. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And
Well, I don't know.
whenever that
I don't
gets better, I could just hop over there. Or maybe my shit looks better over there.
yeah. There's some MTX I'm like, I can't wait to see in fucking like glory.
I could have flame wings, or I could have, I don't know what the equivalent of flame wings over there, but it's like flame wings times 2. Like you know what I mean? Like it just looks
Double flame.
extra flamey.
Just extra
Fucking
fidelity.
4K flamey, you know what I mean? Fucking God wings flamey.
And it's not like the MTX in PoE 1 looks like shit either. Like
Oh, it doesn't.
they look good. They're well made. I'm happy.
It's
Like
just
I don't
hard
want to lose.
because if you're just chilling in your hideout, it's cool. But when you fucking running crazy maps,
Yeah, but you can,
it's
you choose.
debatable whether or not you want to keep all that fucking shit on.
Yeah, but you
You still
choose.
can though. You just fucking run around, delete
Yeah,
everything.
it's still
Anything
fun.
else? Anything else that did we miss anything? Let me see. Let me go back to this thing. We did the quality of life stuff. Oh, Pantheon.
Oh yes, the fact that you don't have to do your Pantheon multiple times anymore. You just have to unlock the main thing, and it'll bring your high and all the changes that you've already done to that
Yeah.
Pantheon or different character.
Fucking no brainer, man. No
No
brainer.
fucking.
No brainer. Like, stop. Like, when a game is grindy, you don't have to make it extra grindy for no reason. Like, let it be grindy where it matters, not on the stupid stuff. Like the Pantheon, you have like I feel the same way about the lab, but I can understand at the very basic level why you still need to run labs. I can get it. I can understand.
They did change it up,
But I
so
could
now you don't have to continually run lab.
right. So I can at least understand some basic level, and it did make some updates. But not to bring this game up again, but I really hate the fact that how Last Epoch did their end game progression, where I'll make one character, I progress up to a certain point, defeat a certain amount of monoliths, and when I make a second character, I have to start from scratch.
Well, you didn't have to start from scratch in PoE one. You kept your atlas. You kept your atlas
That's what I'm
progression.
saying. But that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's what I'm saying. And like, why do I have to start from scratch on Last Epoch? Like, I'm already leveling. I already played through the campaign. I already like. Now they did add the whole skipping campaign thing, right?
Thank
Skipping,
God.
which
If I had to go through the campaign, I wouldn't have played.
by the way,
You guys, you guys
smart.
were like, we could power level you, and I was like, well, you could what? All right.
No, it was smart. It was smart. The fact that they allowed you to do that. Yeah, you could. If you were single player, you could just skip sections, right? And you could do it in like a fraction of the time. But we just purely power leveled you.
Yeah,
Again, very smart, right? But
super
the
useful.
whole echo thing being like reset. So going back to Pav and this thing, like smart. It's just like don't make the game extra grinding when it's not necessary. Like it's just again, it's just smart. Like no
Just do
brainer.
what you currently did, and just give us a whole bunch of shit to do over time.
This is I don't know if this is relevant to some players though, but some of the stuff, some of the small quality of life that they added is better controller support. Again,
Last Epoch controller support sucked.
yeah. Again, this is not for everyone. If you don't play Path and controller, you don't give a fuck about this. Like, who the fuck plays Path and controller? Motherfucker, I do. I don't always play it on controller. I trade using keyboard and mouse. But if I'm just sitting here, it's just so much easier just to sit on my controller and just run and click a button, click a button, click a button. Like it's just so much easier for the mundane task of like going through the campaign and just killing shit, hordes of shit. Last Epoch, they need to work on that shit. There's no excuse at this juncture not to have like good support. They have it. They added it for launch. Not where it needs to be, but it seems like Path is really leaning towards it, and adding a lot more support to it, which is great. I think that gives it more accessibility. You know to who? To console players, because there's a large portion of console players that have been playing on PlayStation and Xbox, and are probably considering coming to PC because there's no cross platform and joining the bigger community. So if you give them access to controllers, then like all of a sudden, they're like, oh wait, I can play with everyone else and I'll be on par with everyone else because I don't have to learn the mouse and keyboard.
True.
It opens up.
I never really think about it that way because
Dual
I
sense controllers is if I'm not mistaken, are PlayStation controllers.
DualShock.
Dual sense.
Oh well. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. They changed it.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
dual sense are PlayStation controllers. So the fact that they're adding that, this is probably what they're going for. They're probably trying to add more accessibility for other community members.
That's good. I'm always down for more players in the community. More trading is better.
DirectX
Like,
12 as well.
oh yeah, DirectX 12
No
just
longer in
went
beta.
left beta, no longer beta. Should pose. I'm curious with I might try to run it in a little bit. See how it goes. We have a few weeks to clean up
Clean up.
challenges if you want. I think we
Um.
should.
Well, I'm going away this week, so sketchy after this one.
Mm,
I may have maybe 2 weeks left to maybe dedicate to this. So we'll see.
yeah, because free MTX. Don't
The last thing I'll add probably for this episode is I don't like the fact that they add in so much foil items. Am I the only
Mm,
one?
I don't really super care.
I feel like they're diluted now. Like
They're no longer as special, obviously, but
yeah, it's I feel
it's one
like
of those.
you should just left the foiled for like super and like high tier items.
Nah, because to be honest,
I'm making all
if
kinds of
if
faces right now.
like if
Almost like almost like I feel like you can see what I'm doing. Like no, you can't see what I'm doing.
if if you didn't have that, right? So say they only have Mage Blood, Headhunter, and like super giga items in foil, then the guy that just uses Mega Nords would never have a foil.
I mean, you can make it more than just Headhunter and
But
but to
there's
add a
people who
thousand more
use
items,
you add it wasn't literal thousand more items. It was a thousand more individuals who put their item into the thing.
it says that added 1,000 more foiled unique items options for
Right.
Voidborn
Meaning,
Reliquary.
so it's not like they're like, oh, I'm pretty sure every unique in the game has a foil version, is my whole point.
I guess I don't care about a insert generic as level 5 unique being
Right. But if you're
foil.
going and say, like, for instance, when I was making all of my fucking alts this league, they all used a foil gold rim
Again,
because it was cheap. They're plentiful, and I got a good rolled one. You know, like why not? It's not like it made a functional
so in your
difference.
opinion, it doesn't cheapen it. It's just
No, it's just another item that if you can go from spending 5C on an item to going to spend 40 or 1 divine on an item because you're kind of just a baller, you do it. Like,
fair enough.
it's the same reason why people buy a Ferrari, bro. I don't need it to be fucking sparkly. It just is. Don't worry about it. Like
Just, I don't know. This is something that we should mention, but they are trying to make improvements to the fixes and fixes to the engine, and as well as some of the other stuff going on in the background of the game. Again, this could be anything. We don't know what the hell this
wait,
is.
who or what?
Path one.
Oh, okay. So
Part of
there
the
is
part
oh
of the.
yeah, more engine tweaks and things of that nature.
So I mean, this is probably a preparation for the next launch, and that's kind of what they're saying. The upcoming league launch. I'm not sure what they're noticing that warranted this improvement. Maybe they noticed something that required. Oh, maybe you can kind of like fix its optimization somehow. But
I'm hoping that they find a way to ease the bottlenecking on CPUs, man. I know I can't think of a way how, but
I don't know, man. Like,
because
Path's
that
been
shit
like that.
hurts.
Path been
That
like that,
shit.
and I think that's just the engine that Path is built on. I think that's the
Mm.
problem. I don't know enough about developing to tell you like, oh, are they still using the same engine for Path 2? But if they are, then it's still going to be the same problem. I don't think they are. I don't think they are. I think they updated the engine and they made it possible to migrate the items, which good on them. But I could be completely fucking wrong, and I might have understood that shit completely wrong a couple years ago, and I feel like I need to like redo some research for our next episode. But the engine
So
that Path One is built on it uses processing CPU processing power over graphical power, especially to process all the particle effects, all of the skills, the animations.
so I think they are using the same engine. There is the proprietary engine, which I don't know if that means that they're the same engine. I think that just means that it's an engine that they design.
Yeah.
But I also don't know. Maybe Diablo 4 has a proprietary engine. So again, I think that just means that it's an engine they design.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't want to know what that is. Like, does that mean that?
Yeah. Path of Exile 1 engine was built from scratch using C++ and Lua 1. And I'm sure that Path of Exile 2 is similar in the fact that it's something they made. There's no I can't imagine how to make this shit on like the Unity engine. Fucking that's what Last Epoch did, and look how that turned out.
No, damn it. We keep going
I'm
back to
sorry. I'm
we keep
sorry.
trashing
Shots
that
are
fucking
fired, bro.
game. It's so terrible.
I feel bad. I'm just shit talking. So
the I'm thinking about this, and I don't know how to say it, but what if they made a second engine using the framework of the first one,
hmm
but allowing them to do more cooler shit? It would make sense of why they're able to then still transfer the items from one to another, because they
right.
function the same
I
engine.
meant
It's just that they've expanded it.
right. They made it bigger or
Um,
stronger or better.
just
And then that also is probably why Path One is now getting engine upgrades, is because they
the
figured
backwards,
out.
yeah, engine, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
backwards compatibility of like, oh wait, this works well there. We can adapt this to this one.
yeah. We can also do that here. Cool. Like, so
Mm.
I think that's what's ending up happening is, and that's the other thing, and that's why I think it's a good idea that they're keeping Path of Exile 1 and Path of Exile 2 live, is like big things that they figure out on one can definitely be used to improve the other. So it's a positive feedback.
I, I I wonder if there's ever been an instance where this has happened before, where the two games running subsequently and like feeding off each other by the same company. Like,
I can't think of one now, but that
it's
doesn't mean.
ambitious. It's very fucking ambitious.
But again, when you think of, so this is the like my thought process on it, right? All I worry about as a path player is, am I still going to have league launch? Yes. That means
Yeah, two league
when,
launches.
right? Yeah, I get two league launches. They're on different schedules, which means it just gives me more time throughout the year that I can play Path, and that maybe more people will play Path with
You know
me.
what's the problem though, right?
That is going to be a lot. I don't know.
What the problem is gonna be is, well, yeah, it's gonna be a lot, but I got no time to play nothing else.
Well, yeah,
Like,
but I imagine they understand that Path as a whole, as a community, is. I don't think they're going to be machine gunning us. Is my whole point. I think they're going to have a solid release schedule to where maybe halfway through every other league, we fucking have something happening in Path of Exile 2, or opposite. Like, you
like,
know what I mean?
in order to play another video game, you have to literally like sacrifice progression on a fucking league just to like, oh, let's
Well,
play Helldivers 3.
again, I don't necessarily think that's like a bad thing. Is whenever we've put it this way, dude, we don't play all the way through the league in any league. I've tried.
I don't know who can, bro. That's
I no,
insane.
like I've tried. Like I've tried to play progressively throughout the entire league, and it's hard. There's not very many people to play with. There's not much motivation going. You're kind of just grinding at that point, trying to get currency for certain specific items for your build or
And they're
making
not
other
even
builds.
available because no one's playing.
Right.
Which
Like
is the
so
argument of like offline trading.
right. Yeah. But it's one of those things where like if you have two sets of games that are going during that time, I still, because again, it when the league first ends, and like people are going away other games, I am still wanting to play Path almost every league. If there is PoE2 and that's still going, or has a different like grind, or not grind, but a different gameplay loop, I would like to go to that if it's still more active, or you know what I mean. You never
Mm-hmm.
know. Like I would love more opportunity to play Path. The problem is I don't think it's mainstream enough for just a consistent play and evolution of the economy in a really good way that feels fun. If you're not like Scissorin or something making gauntlets and shit like that, or fucking Mathel making just like giga builds, or
You know,
Quinn.
that's actually an interesting segue. I think we could end with this. I was approach is a strong word. I wasn't approached.
Okay,
It's
I was
like
about to. I
seems
was
like it's
sitting
a
there, but
business deal, right? No, it wasn't. It wasn't that. It wasn't. Alex proposed building theoretical builds. Um, and then showcasing them as part of our channel.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of like the idea. Because that's a lot of the fun that he gets is, theory crafting builds.
Yeah.
It's not really good with the time availability to actually bring them to fruition, but I kind of sat with him for a couple hours and kind of spitballed this idea of like how it would work, how it would look like, and I'm leaning towards it. I'm really am leaning towards it. If something we could do where we could do like one build, one showcase build per league, and then somewhere by the middle, kind of how some of the other streamers they'll like, okay, now that we've grinded for a month and a half or whatever, let's use our currency to fucking make some crazy
It's
shit.
fun to build. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would
So,
be fun.
so I'm leaning towards like have him theory craft a showcase build, right? Based on whatever available information for this league launch, and then somewhere towards the middle end, actually showcase it, build it, see if it actually works. And then just go through the motions of like trying to kill Maven, trying to kill, and then
Yeah.
kind of like blah 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 blah.
Just trying to
Um,
farm it out. Yeah. I get you.
and he said he'll think about it. As far as how it would work. But he's about 70% on board with
Oh,
doing that.
well, what he would need to do is just get really good at POB. Because you can add custom modifiers in POB that would represent items that you
Yeah,
see,
I
like
think
the
I think the using the what's the other one? The one that's online, not the POB, but it's like the skill tree planner. Using the
POB dot.
yeah, using the skill tree planner along with POB path of building. He can build a very interesting build.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people end up doing pre-league and stuff, where they go and they release like update notes on builds that they're doing, and they basically do that. Yeah, yeah, we can
Because
do that.
he has a very interesting mind when it comes to theory crafting, which I feel like it's not that he creates world world breaker builds where you're gonna delete everything in one hit, but they're just more very niche builds,
Weird ass builds.
like
Yeah,
fucking Thor build, or whatever the fuck, like that
but
one build he made.
he always ends up
He
needing some
loves
fucking
like
crazy shit.
yeah, he loves weird lightning shit. Um, shit. He likes procs, like things that proc.
That's true.
They don't do a whole lot of damage, but just do a lot of procking. He loves doing those kind of builds. And I think there's a community out there that probably loves funky builds that not necessarily are world beaters, but you'll probably have fun just by the sheer interaction of what happens on the screen.
Or just looking at it, even
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, you're fucking auto bomber. Yeah, we know. You just sit there like fucking get hypnotized by the goddamn.
Shit, dude, I just run through maps just staring at it. And that's all I do, really. And then when something stops and I start seeing like
You
things
look at the
sprout,
time; it's been 8 hours later. What the fuck?
yeah, dude. That's my favorite part about doing like ward loop and shit like that, is just like I can literally turn my brain off. Like I have to remember one thing. Flask, swap weapons, righteous fire. So three things.
Anything else?
No, I think that's about all we get. There is an update that is about 3.6 gigs for Path if you're getting ready to do something there.
Yeah.
Uh I'm probably going to be starting to prepare to start making like heavy challenge push. I
As far as future,
Oh,
oh,
do you
what
have money on Path?
currency? Yeah, I should have some. I don't think it's a whole lot, but I should have some. Yeah.
I'm probably just going to have Alex get on too and do it, because I'm gonna need to improve my build just a little bit before I start trying to go for pinnacles. But that's all.
Path of Exile. Guess I'll update Path. Um, future announcements, future episodes. So I'm probably gonna split this episode into two. Obviously, if you're listening to it now, you're probably like, "Oh, wait, that's fucking too late." But I'm gonna probably split this into two. So you'll probably see part one, part two being released. Only because I'm looking at the time, it's about an hour and 30, an hour and 40. So I'll see. I'll see. Just to make upload times a little more feasible. Um, Besides that, we're not gonna be making content for every little update because for the next 2 weeks they're gonna be releasing shit like every other day.
No, we'll do a flurry every now and again.
So what we'll probably do is probably wait like a week and see like what how much shit comes out, and if it's not a lot, then we might just wait another couple of days and then bring something. So we'll try to do at least a weekly update as far as reacting to shit that's coming out. Obviously, we'll be launching in what you call it launch league launch. We'll be there
Mm-hmm.
live. As far as the shit that's coming out now, the GGG live shit, we're not gonna probably live stream that. I don't know if it's necessary, honestly. Um,
Why not?
yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it works out.
I kind of like talking about the new shit that we were seeing like the last time. It
We
was
could
fun.
definitely record. We could definitely record, but do we want to like do a live recording?
Does it matter? Is there really a difference? You don't. It saves you space
No, not really, because I still have to upload it to YouTube
if
and all
you're
that.
doing if you're streaming.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about it. Yeah, we could talk about that
Yeah.
offline.
Sorry.
But so we'll give you guys update. Just pay attention and stuff like that. At the very least, we will definitely be reacting.
I do remember something.
Fuck you.
Something huge. I'm sorry. Buttons.
Oh, I really thought it was something fucking. I was gonna say something important, but that is technically important.
That is
It's
important. Please press the
definitely
button.
important.
If you're still here by some miracle of listening to
Hour and
these
40 minutes in.
two old people rambling,
Hey man, I'm
press a
not
button.
that old, man. The fuck,
We're
man.
pretty fucking old, bro. We're
I'm not
boomers.
fucking
Come on.
old, man. Nah, man. Don't put that juju on me, man.
Don't put that juju on me.
I'm not
But yeah,
old,
don't
man.
forget your buttons. Press them twice. Press them 3 times. It's all good. But yeah, that's all. That's all I had.
All right. We'll see you guys at League launch. I hope you guys are best. If you didn't enjoy Last Epoch like we did, we're sorry you had to spend your time. There are other more great games out there. Thank you so much and have a good one, guys. Oh wait, I should play the outro, right? Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.